Okay, good day to you, Ben, and welcome back again to your lesson in mathematics. And this time we are going to talk about exponents and exponential notation. Now, here on the board, we have here an example of an exponential notation. Now, x squared, 2 cubed, 3 raised to the power of 4. Now, this 3 is an example of an exponential notation. Okay. Now, 2 here, the small number on the upper right of the variables, 2 here, 3, and 4 are the exponents. Okay. And what it means is that we are going to multiply the variable depending on its power. Okay. Now I'm going to explain that by using an example. For example, we have here x squared. Okay. X squared is also read as x raised to the power of 2. X here is the variable or a number. Raised to the power of 2 or x squared. Now, x here is the base, while 2 here is the exponent. While x squared or x raised to the power of 2 is an exponential notation. Okay? Now again, we have here x squared, or also read as x raised to the power of 2. Now x here as a variable is the base. 2 here, the number to the upper right of x, is the exponent or the power. While x squared, okay, is an example of an exponential notation. And what it means here is that we are multiplying x, the variable, 2 times by itself. Or we are making x as a factor multiplied depending on how much is the power. Okay? So, meaning to say, we're going to multiply x by itself 2 times. X times x. Okay? The point here is multiplication. Okay? Now, we are multiplying x, the variable, 2 times. 1, 2. Okay? Now, if the power here is, for example, 3, or x cubed, or x raised to the power of 3, we are multiplying x 3 times by itself. Or we are using x as a factor multiplied 3 times. So, the result will be x times x times x. X is the base multiplied 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So, it's x cubed. Okay? That's how we evaluate it. Okay? So, let's have another example. For example, we have here a. Okay, letter a as a variable or a number. A raised to the power of 5. Okay? So, we have here a for the base, 5 for the exponent or the power, and a raised to the power of 5 is our exponential notation. Okay? So, what it means is that we are going to multiply a by itself 5 times. Or we are going to use a as a factor multiplied 5 times. So the result would be a times a times a times A times A. So how many A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And A here is the base or the variable A here multiplied 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we evaluated A to raised to the power of 5 multiplied by itself 5 times. So let's use numbers. Okay. Example, we're going to use numbers. We have here 2 cubed. Now, how do we evaluate this? Okay, let's identify first the variables. Okay, 2 here is the base, 3 here is the exponent, and 2 cubed is our exponential notation. Now, 2 cubed, we need to say we are going to multiply 2 by itself 3 times. Or we're going to use 2 as a factor multiplied 3 times. So let's do that. So we have here 2, 2, 2. How many 2? 3. And multiplied it. Okay? So we have 2 times 2 times 2. 2 as our base. 3 here is our exponent or power. Okay? So let's do that. 2 times 2 is 4. Okay? Times 2 here. Now 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? So we need to say 2 cubed or 2 raised to the power of 3 is 8. Okay? Let's do the other example. We have here 3 raised to the power of 4. Okay, we have here 3 raised to the power of 4. Okay, now 3 is our base, 4 here is our exponent. Now 3 raised to the power of 4 is our exponential notation. And we are going to use 3 here as our factor multiplied 4 times. Or we're going to multiply 3 by itself 4 times. So we have, let's do that. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So we have 4, 3 here multiplied by itself. So 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. Okay? Let's do that. Okay, now 3 times 3 is 9. Now 9 times 3 here is 27. Now times 3. Let's multiply that. Now 27 times 3. Now 3 times 7 is 21. 1 carry 2. Now 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. So we have 81. Okay? So 3 raised to the power of 4 is 81. Okay? Now, let's evaluate now our example here. This time, let's answer number 1. Okay? Now, evaluate each expression if f is equals to 2, g equals to 5, and h is equals to 6. Now, let's do that. Number 1 first, g plus f squared, or f raised to the power of 2. Okay? Now, let's just substitute, okay, the given variables here. How much is g? Now, g here is 5. So, let's substitute 5. Plus, what is f? F is 2. Now, f is 2 squared here. Okay. So, 2 squared. Now, 5 plus 2 squared, or 2 raised to the power of 2 is 2 times 2. We are multiplying 2 by itself 2 times. Or we are used 2 as a factor times 2. Okay? So, 5 plus 2 times 2 is 4. And 5 plus 4 is 9. Okay? So, therefore, our answer here is 9. Okay? Well, let's answer number 2. H cubed minus G squared. Okay? Or H raised to the power of 3 minus G raised to the power of 2. Let's just substitute here. Okay? How much is H? 6. So we have here 6 cubed. Minus, how much is G? It's 5. 5 squared here. Okay? So we have 6 cubed minus 5 squared. So we are going to multiply 6 here by itself 3 times. Now 6 times 6. Okay, so let's just write this first. 6 times 6 times 6. Okay, so 6 multiplied by itself 3 times. Okay, 6 is the base, 3 is our power or exponent. 5 here is multiplied by itself 2 times. 5 times 5. Okay, 5 is the base, 2 is our exponent or power. Now let's do that. 6 times 6 is 36 times 6. Okay, 36 here times 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 6 carry 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 18 plus 3 is 21. So we have 216. Okay. So 216 here. Minus. Now 5 times 5 is 25. Okay, so we have 216 minus 25. Let's do that. So 216 here minus 25. Okay, now 6 minus 5 is 1. Now 1 minus 2 is cannot be. So 1 will borrow 1 from 2. Minus digit, and 2 will become 1. 1 here will become 11. Now 11 minus 2 is 9. Bring down 1. So we have 191 for our answer. Okay? So 191. Let's answer number 3. Okay, number 3 is 2f cubed. So 2f cubed or f raised to the power of 3. Okay, let's substitute 2 here. Now f is 2. So we have 2 cubed. Okay, so 2. Now 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 for our base and 3 here is our exponent. 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. Okay, 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. That's 2 cubed. Okay, so let's answer that. Now 2 times 2 here is 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 8. Now 2 times 8 is 16. Okay, so our answer will be 16. Okay, this answer number 4. We have GH minus F cubed. Okay, so let's just substitute. What is G? That's 5. Okay, what is H? 6. This is GH minus F is 2. So 2 here versus the power of 3 or 2 cubed. Okay, let's evaluate or simplify. Now 5 times 6 is 30. Minus 2 cubed is 2 times 2 times 2. Okay? 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. 1, 2, 3. So 30 minus 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 is 8. Okay? So we have 30 minus 8. And that is 22. Okay? So our answer would be 22. Okay, let's answer number 5. Okay, number 5 for our last example here. Let's answer. Now, f cubed g squared minus h cubed. Okay, so let's just substitute. F here is 2. So it's 2 cubed times, no, g squared here, g is 5. So 5 squared minus, h is 6. So 6 raised to the power of 3, or 6 cubed. Okay, we have substituted the variables. Now let's simplify. Now 2 cubed here is 2 times 2 times 2. 2 multiplied by itself 3 times. Next, 5 squared is 5 times 5. 5 multiplied by itself 2 times. Okay, or we have used the factor 5 times 2. Okay, or 2 times. Minus 6 here. 6 times 6 times 6. That's 6 cubed. 6 multiplied by itself 3 times. Okay, now let's further simplify. Now 2 times 2 here is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. So we have 8. Now 8 times 5 times 5 is 25. Minus, we have here 6 times 6 is 36 times 6. Let's do that. We have here 36 times 6. Now 6 times 6 is 36. 6 carry 3. Now 6 times 3 is 18. Now 18 plus 3 is 21. So we have 260. Okay, so 216. Now let's do the 8 times 25. 25 here times 8. Now 8 times 5 is 40. 0 carry 4. 8 times 2 is 16. 16 plus 4 is 20. So we have 200. Okay, so 200 here. So we have 200 minus 260. Okay, so we are now, if you're going to subtract this as whole number, 200 minus 216 is cannot be. Why? Because 216 is greater than 200. So it cannot be. So we are going to subtract this as integers. Okay? So 200, positive 200 minus 216. And to subtract numbers, we are going to add the opposite. Okay? So positive 200 plus, okay, now positive 216 here will become negative. So negative 260. Okay. Okay. So we are now adding unlike integers. And to add unlike integers, just subtract the numbers. Okay. And copy the sign with the number that has the greater value. Okay. So let's follow the addition rule of integers. So let's just first subtract the numbers. Okay, 216 minus 200. And that is 6 minus 0, 6. 1 minus 0 is 1. 2 minus 2 is 0. So we have here 16. And let's copy the number. Let's copy the sign with the number that has the greater value. And for the two of them, 216 has the greater number. So, and the sign of 216 is negative. Therefore, our answer will be negative. Okay? So we have here a negative 16. Okay? So, that will be our answer. Okay? Okay. Just multiply the base depending on how much its power is. Okay? So, that's it for today. Lesson 10. Thank you for your time and see you next lesson.